Hello everybody. Today, haha, yeah, it's pro game day. I've already fucked it up. Pro game day Wednesday. Today's pro is Bichu. Bischu. Bischu is pro gamer. He's from Korea, South Korea originally, but he lives in Canada, and he plays on both the NA and the Korea servers, which is awesome. His peak like rank is Challenger 1. Well, there's only one Challenger in NA, and he's Diamond 1 in Korea, which is basically Challenger NA times a million. Well, not a million, but you know what I mean. He's going to play Nidalee, but I have a focus on this one. Last week's focus was the AD carry plays of Haim Gosu, and the importance of warding and making plays and just being things right, and pointing out the mistakes. But I'm going to harp on one focus here, and the focus of this one is efficiency and the rules, right? The rules are just... I'm going to explain what I mean by the rules, right? You have these... They're like doctors. You got these doctors who know everything. These doctors who learn their textbooks and they know everything and they can diagnose everything and they can treat everything because they know everything and they know what to do. And then there's doctors like House. House doesn't play by your rules. He doesn't obey your rulebook, but he gets it done because he figures out what's wrong with them, and he uses all these tricks and all these trades and all these little plays, and he figures out what's wrong. They both achieve the same thing, but they're different ways of doing it. Bichu plays by the rules. He does things right. He does them properly. He does them consistently. He doesn't make these huge plays, and he carries this game massively hard. He gets so fed, and he doesn't make these big plays. He doesn't make this spontaneous 3-man tower dive, fucking pentakill, or just backdoor in, hitbacks, Peke style. He doesn't do that. He just plays well. He follows all the rules. He plays his champion perfectly. So, let's bounce in here, right? He's playing AP Nidalee. Right off the bat, ooh, hilarious fun. He's a really, really great AP Nidalee player. Sorry the quality's a little bit low, but you know what? You're kind of just going to have to deal with that. So I'm such a friendly guy. This is straight off Bichu's stream, so he will say a couple of things. And he's playing on the Korean server, as you can probably tell, because that's not English, bro. But obviously, at level 1 here, he's just going to drop his trap there and bring a little damage. He's, right off the bat, he's doing things right. He's communicating with his team. It's 1 minute 47 in, and he's already communicated to his team the position of a ward, right? Things like that, just little things like that. They're really essential, but no one does them. He's just being a bit retarded there. He didn't help with blue buff, but you know what, he didn't need to, because they did a lane switch, so Vayne and Soraka are going top lane. Interesting combination, Vayne Soraka. But yeah, he's against Twisted Fate, who's also going AP. He's dropping traps, just trying to wave play. He's already putting on the pressure. Look at this. He hasn't missed his CS so far, right? We'll see the time when he misses his first creep. He just does things by the book. You know, he knows that TF just locked in a red card, so he goes back a little bit. He drops a trap behind TF. He knows that it brings some extra damage. He's not using his traps as wards at this point because he missed a creep. 2 minutes 34. Dude, Bichu, you fucking let me down. I thought it was later. Right now, he doesn't use his traps as a defense, as wards, because he knows that no one is going to gank before they have bot doubles. And since Uda is only on his red now, and he went straight from blue to doubles, then he knows he's got no risk of getting ganked. And TF is not going to roam because level 2. He missed another creep. Jesus, Bichu, you fucking noob. So he's just using his traps for that extra little bit of damage. So they do actually quite a bit of damage, especially when you go AP. He's just using that just to harass, and he's already chunked TF down to about two-thirds of his health, which is actually quite a predominant amount. And while he has lost half his mana, look at his items. He's got 3 fucking mana pots. He can do whatever he wants. Lee Sin comes for a gank here. He gets a little scared. So now see, like, even then, he gets ganked, he still fucking snipes the siege minion, because that siege minion is valuable as fuck. He should probably start using his traps as wards, though he knows that Lee Sin's probably not going to roll around for a little while, because the wave is pushing, and he didn't blow flash or anything. And you just heard him scream. TF is just missing. He should probably call MIA, but, you know. Like, I'm not saying he doesn't make any mistakes, but he does things right. Like, look at this. He's CSing so perfectly on the tower. Like, look at that fucking minion, an entire minion. One minion, an entire wave focusing it, a tower shot midair, and he still gets a minion. Because this fucking Bichu, he knows how to play his champion. And he just does things right. He doesn't do crazy things, he doesn't make these crazy plays, but he just does all this shit correctly. Like that. So TF is back, he went for a recall. It's actually probably pretty safe to assume that he didn't roam, because bot lane's in a 2v1 situation, and unless he works in tandem with his jungler there, then it wouldn't have worked out. Because, frankly, you'd have a very hard time 2v2ing a bot lane that like have a lead already. And obviously his bot lane to push the tower, so it doesn't really matter. But those lanes will switch back in a little while. But notice how he just insta went for the tier. Yeah, he's sitting there spamming taunts for some reason. Boom. Oh, I missed. Noob! He should probably follow. He probably will in a minute. I'm assuming. Bichu? Bichu, don't make me lie, Bichu. Okay, he's not gonna follow. I guess he just doesn't want to miss the CS. I get the feeling that he wants to intercept TF on his way down, or just start zoning him. I'm not entirely sure why he was so reluctant to follow. I think he probably could have. But now he's starting to use those traps as wards. You know, he's starting to get the protection against Lee Sin and the protection for his team against TF running out using his ulti. Because obviously they give vision for quite a while. So he's using some of them to push and some of them just to keep vision. But right now he's playing the laning phase pretty well. He's obviously not meticulous. No one is meticulous. He's made a couple of mistakes. But overall, he's playing pretty competently. His CS is pretty good. Yeah, see, he pinged that instantly. Like, TF went missing, because TF isn't level 6, so he doesn't need to be that wary, but it's important to, like, be careful even if your lane is not max level yet. Ude goes to the ping. No, wait, did he go for that? Yeah, he pinged it. But I think Ude wants him to get to gank. I mean, he wants Ude to gank. He's got his cat form. But he's just staying right out. He took a lot of damage. That wasn't the smartest thing to do. But he has a tier right now, so he's not really going to win any of these early game engagements. Like, he's not going to win them convincingly. But I'm assuming he just didn't want to let TF sit there with his free damage. TF, like, burst out his entire combo right down to the passive card. Lee Sin's heading top lane. Like, he didn't want... Because that's another thing I also see a lot of people do. They get intimidated by the combo if they're a lane opponent, and they back off instantly. But that's not the smartest thing you should be doing. What you should be doing is just trying to return some of that damage, because at least they didn't free damage you. Nice gank, nice flash. This is kind of dumb on TF's part. He should have known something was up. He definitely should have known something was up. Because Nidalee, as in Bichu, was sitting in Cougar form. There is no reason to be sitting in Cougar form unless you want to wave clear or you want to go hard on someone. And since he was sitting so far back in Cougar form, like, he's gonna go hard on him. So I'm not really sure why TF was so reluctant to back there, or so reluctant to play it cool. Because he was playing it cool, but... What was I saying? He was playing it passively, but at the same time he was exposing himself. And to be honest, logic dictates that he would back away, because, like, you should remember that. Nidalee, there's no reason for Nidalee to be in Cougar form in laning phase unless she wants to kill you, or she wants to wave clear. Yeah, just nice. Blue buff a little late. I think Uda started red. No, Uda started blue. Blue buff a little late, maybe like 20 seconds late. I don't want to talk over Bichu, because obviously he's a lot better than I am. Took a little bit of free damage, but he healed it off. So he knew he wasn't going to dodge that, and he healed instantly, which I kind of like. So actually, he ended up taking negative damage, but losing a bit of mana. Nice dodges there. Like, you'll see Bichu do this all the time. Really, really, really. Like, he did it again there. Takes a little bit of damage that he knew he couldn't dodge because he was mid-auto attack animation, so he heals it off. Like, it's just little things like that. Like, he knows how to play Nidalee so well. He knows how to play AP Nid like a boss. Like, you'll notice that every time he throws a spear, he very quickly utilizes his transformation, switches, and leaps backwards. That's because he knows that Nidalee's spears do more damage based on the distance they've traveled, and that includes the distance from where Nidalee is. So, the further you jump back, like, if you were to throw a spear, jump back, and flash... That was a nice little dodge. If you were to throw a spear, jump back, and flash then it would do a ton of more damage if you were just to throw a spear and then walk forward. That's why he leaps back a little bit. He's really just utilizing every aspect of his champion and playing very nicely. Like, he's not making any sick plays. He's going hard when he gets a gank. He's returning damage so none of it's free. But other than that, he's just playing nice and passively, nice reactively. And in the end, he carries the game massively hard. I think he's pretty scared. Yeah, because he pinged like 4 times there. 6. Maybe 6. Just because he knows that TF only needs to travel a little while away before he can cast his ulti and get right into the enemy lanes. Into like his teammates' lanes. So he doesn't want to risk that. And as a result of that, if you just notice, if you have some map awareness, you'll notice that top lane, as in Vayne, Soraka, recalled as soon as he started pinging. Again, he's pinging to be careful because they're away. Dragon got taken? I don't even know that the dragon got taken. But then, like, just making plays. He's not wasting time. He's being very efficient. Because TF is gone, right? He cannot follow TF. Well, I mean, he can try, but the engagement would have to be very extended. So what does he do? He has a choice. He pushes lane to the tower, gets some damage on it, or he goes and takes dragon with his jungler. His jungler's in position, might as well go and take dragon, because they can actually duo dragon pretty effectively with her heals. TF's gone missing. He's going up into the enemy jungle. What's he going to do? He's not going to respond by just following. He's going to respond by doing something of his own. Like, just ultimate confidence in how to play his champion and his decisions, like, win this game. And, like, that's what I'm trying to get across. You don't have to make these, fucking crazy Gosu plays just to win games. You can just play your champion right and just try and make as little mistakes as possible. And obviously he doesn't, see there, just throws a spear, leaps back. It's not as if he doesn't make any mistakes, it's that, like, the ones he makes are so minimalized by the ones he doesn't make, and he just, it's so hard to describe. He just plays his champion perfectly. Like, following Lee Sin down here, he's pinging like 6 times. He's communicating across. Shen's gonna come in. That's kind of a stroke of luck. But they turn this around. He missed the spear. Big deal. It's a mistake. He made them, but he still cleaned up. It's not a major one. And while he can improve on that, you can't hit every spear. Especially when you're playing on this highest stratum of, like, the game. Like, this is Korean Diamond 1. That's fucking... You don't get much better than that except fucking Korean Challenger. Like, that's pretty much all there is to it. And so he can't be expected to hit every sphere, because some of them are going to be duked, some of them are going to be dodged out. But at the same time, you have to acknowledge that he's making these, like, confident decisions and immaculate decisions and playing perfectly. That was a little bit lucky, because he had no mana, but he probably could have just fucking thing-formed. But again, like, he made a little mistake. He chose maybe the wrong bush, but at the same time, he didn't stop his recall until he absolutely knew that Lee Sin, like, if Lee Sin had walked straight towards the bush or E just outside the bush, he would know to stop his recall and try and tiger form. I don't know, kitty cat form away. I forgot what cougar form, there you go. And try and get away. But he doesn't do that. He just waits it out. What am I saying? Sorry, I got really distracted momentarily. TF went missing. His call on it. But I think top lane is the one that needs to be careful here. TF is back. I have no idea what he just did. He probably warded, due to the amount of time he was away, he probably warded just outside the Wraith camp on blue side. Like on Nidalee side. Nidalee's roaming top lane. 3 people top lane. This could go potentially very wrong because TF is missing. TF just went missing. So, you gotta be careful in those situations. I don't think he paid attention to the fact that TF dropped a ward in the middle of the lane, so he knows if Nidalee's going away or not, even if there aren't minions there. Yeah, TF responds. He's surprised. I'm not really sure why he's surprised. Uda comes along, though. They can probably get a turnaround on this. Maybe pick up Lulu, minimum. But Uda's going very deep, and he doesn't want to follow it up. Nice snipe there, threading the needle. But he's really confident in his plays. Like, this is the difference between confidence and arrogance. He's confident in his ability to play Nidalee. He's utilizing his transformation so well and so much. He's utilizing that huge damage he gets from spears by just dancing around the edge of teamfights or the edge of skirmishes, launching those spears in. And when he's absolutely sure that he can get the execution, he goes in for the kill. Like with Lee Sin. Lee Sin separated himself for the pack. He goes around, which maybe was a bit of a mistake, and Vayne is just a fucking idiot. Okay, no, that's harsh. Vayne's probably a good player. So that again was a little mistake. But actually he makes up for it here. This is fucking beautiful. Not this bit. Like as you can see, he's trying to get the maximum range. Doesn't hit anything. He jumps away. Boohoo. Big problem. And then this right here. Ultimate confidence in his champion. Checks that bush. No one there. He's got to be somewhere near. He's wanting to recall, right? Throw the spear in. Boom. Headshot. Like, just shit like that. He's so confident and plays Nidalee so beautifully that, like, there's no way he can lose. And this is what I'm trying to get to. Like, this does not come from making these spontaneous plays and having great reaction time. This comes from playing the game a lot and just knowing what happens and knowing how to play your champion. This is definitely illustrates the line between confidence and arrogance. Gosu is a little bit arrogant. I talked about that last video. He makes these, he has the Gosu complex. He thinks he's invincible sometimes. And he just goes out and makes these plays and he dies to them. You will not see Bichu doing that ever, like fucking ever, because he is confident and thus he knows his bounds. Arrogance knows no bounds. Like, that's a good saying. Arrogance knows no bounds. Confidence knows theirs. Like, he knows that he can't just freaking cougar form in and dive this shit because there are 3 of them, and some people might be tempted just to jump on that Lulu and try and get it. But he knows not to do that because there are fucking 3 of them, and just doesn't matter how fed he is, and doesn't matter how much AP he has, there's still 3 of them, and they still all have CC, and they still all have their damage. Like, you're never invincible. But just, yeah, he's just utilizing his champion really well. Just like instantly, those reaction times, every time he jumps, he throws a spear. Like, he's running away from a gank, but he still jumps and throws a spear. Drops the combo down. I think Lee gets away here. Yeah, he doesn't have the cooldown on his spear, and he isn't willing to wait around because of TF. Though I think he probably could have waited around, but then again, I'm not Bichu. Fails to jump. Even the best players make mistakes. They're all typing in Korean. I don't speak Korean. Sorry, I can't do everything. Hey Lulu, what you doing? There, like, he doesn't even bother to throw a spear, and I'm not entirely sure why, but I'm assuming it's because Lulu's just sitting there juking, and she probably just juke it. Like, at this at this level of play, if they know, here you go, stops recall, right call here, hits TF, that hit TF. I don't think you heard the sound, but it definitely hit TF. No, it didn't. Never mind. I thought it hit TF. Never mind. I'm just an idiot then. Look at TF. But right here, oh, he's kind of screwed. Yeah, he's probably gonna die here. By the way, I've never seen TF with Ghost. Like, what the fuck? I think he kind of just completely forgot about Vlad and completely forgot about the Lulu speed up, and he just got a little bit arrogant. Like, he is one of the most confident players, and it is a rare thing to see him get a little bit arrogant. Well, I wouldn't say arrogant. Overly confident is the word. I'm not sure if I said he never gets arrogant or he rarely gets arrogant, but that was one of the rare times where he doesn't really know his limits. Or it's just not, he didn't know his limits, he just kind of got pincered and messed up. But then again, you know what? Like, if these, he's getting that AP pot. Nothing else to buy, he wants the CDR and the magic damage because he wants to play with this playstyle of just launching spears. Yeah, he's just saying he needs to carry and shit like that. But, like, no excuses, by the way. That if you say, oh, my team fucking sucks, no excuses. He ends this game with, I think, between 23 and 24 kills. Yeah, see, like he can't remember everything. I think he dies here as well. He 1v1s against Vlad, and Vlad just minces him. It's kind of funny.
Wait, he didn't ult.
Yeah. He forgot to take into account the fact that Vlad didn't ulti. Yeah, he got fucked.
Holy shit.
Like, this is what I'm saying. This is another part of it. He was confident in his abilities, maybe a little overly confident, but this is Bichu in Korean Diamond 1. He ends this game with like 24 to, I want to say 5. 24 to 5, which is an amazing score. Don't want to interrupt him. Thanks. Thanks for that deep insight. Kog'Maw's gonna deal DPS. That's a bit harsh. Yeah, like, no excuses. If you make a couple of mistakes, don't just be like fucking noob team. Like, you made a mistake, learn from that mistake. You know, learn that champion that you were playing, learn from that mistake, and learn that you can't do that next time. Because realistically, if Bichu can make these little mistakes and make these misplays and still carry a game that they are so massively disadvantaged in, then you should be able to too in fucking bronze. Like, no offense, guys, but come on. Jumps in, tries to sweep up this kill. A little bit risky, I would say, but he is right on the outskirts of the team fight. So I guess it's not so bad. But right here, dance back, dance in, dance back, dance in, throws a trap, throws a spear, jumps out. Waits for the turnaround, waits for the opportunity where he can go ham with Cougar form when he's comfortable with it. But he's just dancing around the edges of the team fights, playing Nidalee how she should be played, which is these super high damage spears tearing through and then just jumping in for the takedown with Cougar form. He's just playing Nidalee to perfection. He's not making sick plays or anything. Although at one point I think they do duo Baron, which is kind of awesome. Like, they make a really risky duo Baron at like the 23-minute mark. So that's like the one major play he makes. But he's not making these stupid crazy plays. He's just playing his champion right. And he carries very hard. Hold on, I think my phone just went off. No, that's good. And he carries very hard through doing this. Dropping traps everywhere. But one thing I would also like to mention. He has blue buff. He has his blue buff. And yet, he's still low on mana. He's still low on mana because he's utilizing every single skill Nidalee has all the time. You'll never see him once stop and just do something fucking dumb. Like, tons of damage from Vlad. My main, hooray. Like, even coming down there, I mean, it was kind of a waste of time. But at the same time, it protected him from TF, so he probably could have saved Vayne's life there. But he just makes these decisions and he doesn't hesitate in these decisions. Like, he saw the engagement, he went straight down. He didn't, like, start backing away. He just said, alright, better use of my time here, clear the wave. Oh, TF ulted, better protect Vayne. Like, he's making these decisive decisions knowing... Oh, here it is. Boom, hit. He's gonna hit another one, I think. Did I say decisive decisions? I'm trying to say so many things at once. I might have to pause it, but I don't really want to. At this point, he's 5 for 2, so he's not massively fed, but he's pretty strong. I can't believe that hit, but that didn't do very much damage. Obviously, he's not massively fed, but they pick up Dragon here. But what I'm trying to say is that you'll never see him, like, it's 21-minute mark. Around the 16-minute mark, he started roaming. When the first towers went down. When these towers go down, he leaves his lane. He lets the waves push a little bit. Then he switches into the Cougar form, clears them instantly. And you'll see so many pros do this, and no one in lower elos do this. Because you don't have to sit there and last hit until the 30-minute mark. You don't have to do that. You don't have to last hit every single minion. They're going for the duo Baron here. They do get it. It's pretty close, but they get it. You don't have to sit here and last hit every minion just to have a high CS. He has a pretty high CS. 155 at 22 minutes is still pretty strong. And he doesn't do that by sitting there and last hitting everything and never roaming. He roams, comes back, clears the wave, clears the next wave, and then roams again. Yeah, he's going to lose a couple of minions, but he's also got these big, like, what's the word? He's got these very big time gaps between... Yeah, it got really close here.
Oh, thank God.
No, time gaps isn't the word. He's got these big opportunities where he's not last hitting and just letting the wave push a little bit, and he still catches, I'd say, 70% of the CS. And, like, you don't have to do that. When those first towers go down, that's why mid towers are so important, because the map gets just blown wide open, and you have to utilize that and expose that. And he knows that Nidalee is a very fast champion, very highly mobile in Cougar form, with very strong wave clear. And he just utilized that. And, like, even just the tiny things, just knowing how to play a champion, just consistently spamming leap, or whatever it's, I forgot what it's called. I don't play Nidalee very often. But just consistently spamming leap when he's away, on his way to the lane, and then just doing little bits of damage and then backing out. And, like, you'll see, even if he walks...
It starts stacking, I mean. Unless Vlad just clears blocking everything.
This is a nice example comes here. Well, like, he will win this next fight against Vlad, because Vlad misses his Heimerplague, and he just exposes that. But yeah, even little things like that. He leapt into the brush. A, to check the brush, and B, to get that little bit of movement speed. Pops a trap. Vlad fucked up his ulti. Vlad missed. He's not going to get that 12% extra damage. He's not going to get that extraness. So Vlad's fucking dead. He's just lost that. Because he exposed this little mistake, and he just ripped him to shreds. And he just dies there.
Okay.
Yeah, he exposes his little mistake, and he doesn't use his spear there as well, which is a strange thing. I was pretty convinced he was going to use a spear as soon as he turned the corner, because it's pretty hard to turn a corner and dodge a spear. Like, otherwise you just don't end up around the corner. But he's just utilizing everything. He's doing things. Like, cannot stress this enough. Not once has he been like, yo, I'm going to take Wraiths. Yo, I'm going to take Wolves. He hasn't taken either of those once. He's just taking objectives. I have no idea what that says. It's South Korean, so I don't know. He's taking objectives and getting it energized. Sorry, that's how I met your mother. Like, he's just not doing these dumb things. He's sieging, they took the tower. He doesn't want to siege anymore. He's gonna go get blue buff. Like, hooray, objectives. We all love objectives. Blue buff ain't there. What's he gonna do? He's either gonna recall or get his blue buff. Oh, he's gonna do both. My bad. But yeah, see, he's just like, alright, gonna do this. And, by the way, early game, creep waves count as objectives, because it's pressure. So he's like, okay, this creep wave, objective ticked off. What's the next objective? Oh, blue buff's up, go and take that. Oh, I can counter gank top lane, go and take that. He's not going to be like, well, I'm not really sure what to do right now, so I'm going to last hit for the next 5 minutes and then complain about my jungler for being a noob. Like, just doesn't do that shit. And that's just what makes him so good. He plays by the rules. He plays the rulebook, and he uses it right, and he does things right all the time. I just cannot stress that enough. And right now, the game is quite even. The game is pretty balanced, and while I don't think they ever fall behind in kills, that is 90% of Bichu. Bichu gets more kills than their entire team combined by the end of this game. No offense, but spoilers. But he's just doing this right. He's dancing in and out. He's on the edge. He's never going in. Even though Uda is engaged, that doesn't matter to him, because he just wants those spears. He wants those super high AP spears, and he's just getting the fuck out, jumping back in, throwing those spears, and getting the fuck out, waiting for his time. He's biding his time properly. He's going to try and, yeah, see, look, he has the confidence to leap forward and just land that spear on Vlad. Fucking Vlad. Now he can land another spear on Lee Sin or TF. Flash forward, get the spear on Lee Sin. See, look, he just plays it so right. And even when he flash forward, he jumps back. He doesn't want to get exposed or caught out. That was a nice little juke from TF, but that would have been 3 kills, actually. And he's just playing Nidalee so fucking correctly. He doesn't need to make these plays. He just needs to wait for them to make plays and outplay them. The correction. Like, I just can't. That's really what I'm trying to hammer home. You don't need to make plays. Just play right. Shen, I think, survives with a really, really, really clutch shield. That was so fucking lucky. Kind of missed, which is kind of gay. Yeah, I mean, he missed his spears, but obviously he can't be expected to hit all of them. Damn, that damage. Like, he just knows he can do this tons of time. I think, yeah, he gets Lulu here. Boom. It's just that fucking good. Like, he didn't dive in for the Kuga execution, like, takedown. Because takedown does percentage based on their damage. Because he's just playing Nidalee so right. And even though he gets caught off guard a little bit here, and Shen luckily backs him up, Shen gets a kill here, you know? Things work out. He gets hit by that, boom, but like, then again, he gets hit. Most people are like, oh, shitballs, I'm getting hit. Instead, he just like, fuck that, I'm negating this damage. I think he dies here. Yeah, he dies. He misses that spear dramatically. Yeah, he made a mistake there by casting that spear. He didn't really need to do that. I mean, that could have gone one of 2 ways. The spear hit, Vlad died, but I don't think it would have gone like that. Or he stops the spear and dies, but he could have just switched to Cougar and ran right away. But really nice chain CC here. Beautiful silence, and then taunt straight into silence. Could have been in a condemn as well if they needed it, but Vlad just had no chance. And that are things that he never does. He never, ever fucking does that. He doesn't chase too far. Miss Fear on slow-moving Vlad. Chats are so friendly. But, like, he just doesn't make these common mistakes. He doesn't chase too far. He doesn't dive into team fights. He doesn't dive under towers when he knows he shouldn't. He doesn't let his lane opponent roam unpunished. These are all huge primary mistakes that almost everyone makes in, like, anywhere from bronze to frickin' platinum. And I would say low diamond, because they still make these mistakes, and pros still make these mistakes. And 90% of the time, I'm not saying he never does, but 90% of the time, Bichu does not make these mistakes. And it means he can just carry like a fucking boss. He could probably have gone for the Baron Seal here. I think he does, yeah. He does, but he gets outsmited by Lee. To be honest, I'm pretty sure Smite would have done more damage than his spear. Slice, slice, slice. So next time you see fucking Voyboy, like, dive under a tower, get a pentakill, and then be like, see you nerds, and run away. Which, by the way, I have seen. I don't think it was a penta, I think it was a quadra. But
man, if that hit.
yeah.
Oh, shit, mid.
And like another thing, another common mistake here, people would go down to this bush up here. Fucking hell. This bush up here. I was pointing at the screen. Am I retarded? People would have gone through blue buff bush. That's an awesome thing to say. Blue buff bush, and then just tried to back, like, gone around. But he knows he has to protect Midtown. The fastest way to do that is recall. And he doesn't stop or cancel his recall or anything. He just goes straight for that recall. He makes a decision quickly and sticks to it. And that's another thing you really don't see. Like, it's just, he just plays so correctly, so perfectly and brilliantly. I mean, like, it sounds like I'm sucking his dick here, but Jesus. He's still really good. But right now, yeah, look, he's saying way out. He's getting max range on that thing. Max range on his spear means that no one's in range to kill him. Max range on everything. Just max fucking range. But, like, he just pokes his head out, pokes his head in. Pokes his head out, pokes his head in. Nice taunt. Somehow he gets to kill that. That was beautiful. Here, you know, like, he can switch to Cougar form because, you know what? He's in his jungle. The jungle brushes are freaking Nidalee's domain right there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he gets Cogmore. No, he doesn't. Oh, no, he gets both here. Like, this is a little bit risky. There's not really much more he could have done. That was a nice little play. He got lucky, but he fucking died. Everything was on cooldown. He got a little bit lucky. Potentially, I don't really see the many ways that could have gone better. Unless he speared, like, kept in his human form, speared the Lulu, then gone in for the execute on Cogmore, and then just, like, jumped over the... Oh, no, you can't jump over that wall. Actually, there's very little he could have done to do that differently. To do that better. Because all his cooldowns were up and things like that. What was I saying? But yeah, like, back when he Cougar formed against Lee, it's because Lee was zoned. He was so far away. There's not really much that Lee could have done, or at least teammates could have done, unless they're fucking, like, Shen, or if TF had ulted over, I guess that would have been good, but he would just leap away. Like, that's what I'm saying. He's just playing his champion so right and so confidently and so well. And he's just leaping in and leaping out, dancing around the team fights. It's like a fucking work of art. Well, it's not work of art, but still. It's good. It's good. Best adjective in the fucking English language. Good. He's good. He's a good player, guys. Like, even shit like that. He hits blue buffs with spears every time, and you'll see loads of low elo players smacking the minion and be like, oh shit, I hit the minion. Like, he just doesn't make those little mistakes. He just hits that blue buff. I wonder why Soraka took damage there. I think Lee. Yeah, Lee popped a Q over. But he's just popping the things, getting the vision. He's playing just everything he does. It's just so confident and so well done. And nothing goes without purpose. And you'll see so many things like that. Because realistically, to do well in League, every little move you do must hold some logic behind it. Because if you do something illogical, wow. Like, if you do something illogical or just purely because, like, you wanted to do it or your logic is flawed, then you will struggle to do well. Vayne kind of fucked that up. She messed up her condemn combo. And I'm not saying Vayne's bad, and I'm just saying that things. But, like, you'll see him in this position. Even, like, his positioning right here, so solid. He's backing away. Lee doesn't even get in Q range, you know? Because he's launching his spears. He's sniping the AD carry. So, just so well. I'm pretty sure he gets... No, he doesn't. Because Lee comes to block it. Like, he's just playing meticulously well. I mean, I don't think you need to see the rest of the game. I think I've got my point across. How long's it been? 33 minutes. But I think I've got my point across. I'll leave a link in the description. Because there's not really much left for me to say. I'll leave a link in the description to the full replay. I mean, look, that damage. This is the last team fight. I think he dies actually quite prematurely here. Lulu with the flash. Shen with the taunt. Again, look how far out of the team fight he is. And yet participating in it so well. Because he's just utilizing those form switches, those plays, and he's just doing it so right. His positioning is just so perfect because he's so far away and yet so active. Look at that fucking damage. One spear right there was 70% of Kog'Maw's health. And he's going to lifesteal some of that back, but that's an irreversible amount.
Go.
He's like, three packs of gold. Nice little dodge. Speed up from Lulu. And she's fucking dead. I think, yeah, he gets Kog'Maw here. Like, even just things like that. He doesn't blind spear into the bush.
Man,
Like,
that's how you fucking play Nidalee.
yeah, good job, Bichu. Like, he doesn't blind spear into the bush like a lot of people would and hope it hits. He doesn't do that. He throws a trap in first to actually check that he's there. Just playing by the book, doing everything right all the time. So, basically, I just want to hammer that home, but you get the idea. Plays everything right, carries his team. Wards, blah blah blah, blocks, team fights, he dies there. Murder, like, oh, there's one bit here. Yeah, he fucking died. There's one bit here. This is where he gets a little bit stupid, and he breaks his consistent playstyle by trying to make a little play because they're on the back foot now. They just pretty much dominated that team fight. Because obviously they made a play. They wanted to push through that front line of the base, and he made that play. So he just kind of wants the inhib there, and he's going to try and solo it against Lee, which he can probably pretty confidently do, but he didn't take into account that Kog'Maw is about to spawn, so he gets fucked.
No, not like that, fuck!
I'm pretty sure I just said not like this. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, that's just one primary mistake he made. Like, he picked up that ballsy play that he didn't necessarily need to do. He was trying to make an advantage for himself, when realistically they're just doing excellently by taking away their advantages and just like making them fuck up and just waiting for that crucial ace.
Holy shit, thank God it didn't.
That was really lucky. I think Lee dodges this. But like, look at the fucking heals. Like, he was so low, and he's just playing Nidalee. Well, Soraka actually helped him out pretty hardcore there. But yeah, they win team fights. They get Baron. By the way, this is another thing I want to think. 90% of games end with Baron. I'm not even kidding. Solo queue games, 90% of the games. Look at his fucking AP, 754. 90% of solo queue games end with Baron. Come on, guys. Baron, just, if you're really far ahead, and, like, this is one thing their team didn't do at all, is take Baron. They didn't take a single Baron. I think they probably could have, and could have closed the game if they take a Baron. Like, if you're sitting there sieging against a Nexus, and the other team is so pressured they can't do anything, just go and take your free Baron. Just win with your free Baron. Like, make sure you pink ward it, of course, but go and win with your free Baron and then close the game out. So they take the Baron, get a nice team fight, they push all the way across, wins the game. GG, motherfucker. But that's just what I'm trying to stress. You don't have to make these huge plays. Just play your champion right. Play your champion confidently and consistently, and you will win games, and you will carry what is apparently unwinnable games, and you will win shit like that. And you will, one day, be the next Bichu, and I'll be like, ha, I taught you all you know, bitch. But I'll see you next time. I hope you have a great day. Bye. Whoa, I've recorded like an hour and 10 minutes worth of content today. Haha, patch notes, wait. See you later. Bye.